Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro every day until I lose my mind. You know the drill by now. We've got higher stakes and we've got a new deck. Orange stake is next. This one sucks. I hate this one. This one, in my opinion, is the hardest one. This one's actually hard. And so it says each ante, the booster packs are going to cost more. So even in Ante 2, booster packs already cost 1 more. In Ante 3, they cost 2 more. By the time you get to the end of your run, we're talking about $10 booster packs, $14 booster packs. If you think about, even when we're playing on the base difficulty, the white stake, you don't really buy booster packs from the first couple shops. Mostly what you're hunting for are going to be a couple of scoring jokers to stabilize your scoring, and then maybe, if you're lucky, some value generating joker, some money generating joker. Then for a couple shops, we want to save our money to build up our interest, and then that way we have kind of this extra passive income, and then we can start buying booster packs. We can start spending all of that extra money that we've earned. It's when we get to maybe Ante 5 or Ante 6, now the scoring requirements are higher, and so that money generating joker, we have to sell it. We have to replace it with a scoring joker in order to meet these higher scoring demands. And so by the time you reach the later antes, later in the run, whatever booster packs that you end up buying, you're using money that you've already earned earlier in the run. So you earn your money early and then you spend it later. And when we get to red stake here, small blind taking away that, the red stake taking away that small blind reward money. Okay, in general, we're going to have access to a little bit less money. Maybe we can afford a little bit fewer booster packs, let's say. When we get to green stake and then purple stake, raising the scoring requirements, what that means is I need more scoring power, more jokers earlier in my run, and so maybe I don't have a joker slot for a money generating joker anymore. I need to get 5 scoring jokers before Ante 4. And so, okay, if I have my money generator for fewer rounds, then I have less money saved up to buy those later booster packs. And then so, by the time we get to orange stake here, you're not buying booster packs early because you don't have the money, and you're not buying booster packs later because you don't have the money still, right? They just cost way too much. And so really what this says is you're just not buying booster packs at all. And for some of you, that's just a normal run. You're already not buying that many booster packs. But what I've tried to demonstrate with my past runs is the power of the booster packs, right? The power of tarot cards to make your deck more consistent, the power of the celestial packs, the planet cards, to give you that base scoring on top of which you build your jokers. Each planet card is kind of like a negative joker. It increases your score, but it doesn't take up a joker slot. And so if you don't have all of those booster packs giving you those tarot cards and planet cards, it's going to be a struggle. And so maybe let's think about, what kind of deck options we have that might combat this. We've already said in the past, what I recommend is kind of like the easy starter decks are checkered deck and abandoned deck. And that's because, one of the main booster packs that we're looking for are the Arcana packs, giving us the tarot cards for the deck building, the deck manipulation. If your deck is the checkered deck, your deck is already built for you, and so you don't need those booster packs. And so that can be helpful for folks to practice, still learning the game, still practicing on the higher stakes. Or here's another option. Okay, the Zodiac deck. I know it's not your favorite, but hear me out a little bit here. We start with 3 vouchers. We start with the Tarot Merchant, Planet Merchant, Overstock. Tarot Merchant and Planet Merchant, they're going to make tarot and planet cards more frequent in the shop. It says about 2 times more frequent. Okay, well, I don't really know what is 1 times frequency, what is 2 times frequency, what's the difference. I don't, I get that it's higher, but how much higher is it actually? And so kind of the way that I think about this is, normally jokers occur more frequently than consumables. You get more jokers than you get tarot and planet cards, which is good. Usually you're looking for jokers. With this upgrade, you can expect maybe about 1/3 jokers, 1/3 tarot cards, 1/3 planet cards. Your tarot and planet cards become about as frequent as your jokers with this upgrade here. And then with overstock on top of that, we've got +1 option in every shop, every reroll. And so every shop, every reroll, you should expect about 1 joker, 1 tarot, 1 planet on average, a nice even spread of those. And I know it's just random planet, it's random tarots, and you might not get what you're looking for. It's not as dense as in a booster pack. Booster pack has 3 planets at a time. Sometimes jumbo packs have 5 planets at a time. But if booster packs are sort of prohibitively expensive, I can't afford any booster packs, well, maybe what I can do is I can try to get my consumables just directly from the shop rerolls instead of from booster packs. And so when you're playing on orange stake, that can be a viable strategy. These merchant tarot or these merchant vouchers that are not normally viable, normally you want your shop to be giving you jokers. Normally these are not good. If you're playing on the higher stakes where booster packs are limited, booster packs are premium, this can be helpful, getting those extra tarot and planet cards in the shop. And then the Zodiac deck just has, in addition, the overstock voucher. And so maybe it's hard to parse kind of how powerful this is, but this is doing a lot here. What I want to do with this run today, I'm going to play on the Nebula deck. Nebula deck starts with the Telescope Voucher. So that's the one, when you open your Celestial packs, it gives you whatever your most played hand is as the planet card. And so, if you play lots of straights, you'll only get the straights planet. You'll only get Saturn. If you play lots of flushes, you'll only get Jupiter. And so it makes it easier for you to build up whatever the hand is that you're looking for. This doesn't have the deck manipulation power of the checkered deck. It doesn't have the card drawing power of the blue and red decks, but it does have that sort of like raw scoring power, or at least scoring potential from the Telescope Voucher. Except if we're playing on orange stake with the higher cost booster packs, well, if I can't afford any booster packs, then I'm not going to get any Telescope value, right? Because Telescope does a thing to my Celestial packs. If I don't buy any Celestial packs, then it doesn't matter. And so I'm going to try this one out because I think it's going to be tough. And so, I want to win all the stakes on all the decks, so we're going to have to do it eventually. So here we go, Nebula deck on the orange stake. Alright, with the first ante here, the skip tag is a foil tag, so we get a foil joker. I think that's not really what we're into, so we're going to just play the small blind. What I've suggested in the past is, go for either the high straight or the high flush. And sort of the cards that you keep for both of those are the same cards, right? You want to keep the face cards. You want to keep aces and tens. And so maybe what I'll do here is 5, 4, 4, 3. I'm going to discard these looking for a jack, or if I get, kind of a high-ish spade, like a 9 or 8 of spades, I could go for the spades flush. So even though I'm throwing away 2 spades here, I could still later try to draw the spade flush. Acknowledging here, since we are playing on the orange stake, here are all of those debuffs. For the blue stake, we have -1 discard. So only 2 discards. We did get the jack, particularly lucky. We did get the jack, but I already said, for purple stake and higher, you just got to get lucky. you need to get lucky, and so for orange stake, I accept. I'll take a little bit of luck. Well, yeah. On orange stake, you know, it depends on the deck. You know, some are harder than others, but I say on average, my win rate is about 20%, maybe a little bit less than 20%. All right, let's go buffoon pack. So I'm looking for some scoring options. We do have Mad Joker as one option here. Couple things working against this. So one, it's eternal, and so I have to ask the question, is this a Joker that I want to see in my final five, my final lineup? Maybe not. Second, you know, early on, this 4 of a kind is kind of hard to do, and especially hard to do with only 2 discards. So, okay, Mad Joker's out. Let's try the Buffoon pack. So we've got 4 fingers is a sort of consistency enabler. This makes it very easy to make straight flushes. Straight flushes that are going to score a lot of points and help us meet the higher scoring demands of the purple stake. Or we have the option of Ride the Bus. So it gives us stacking mult as long as we avoid playing our face cards. And so, you know, do I want the scoring or do I want the consistency, the enabler? The enabler, which is itself kind of giving me scoring, you know, if it makes it easier to get straight flushes. I think between these, I think I'd rather do the bus. And so, you know, short term, it's not going to be as strong. You know, we may have some struggles with our scoring, but I think, you know, we can, over a couple rounds, get this up to +8, +10, and then we're going to be happy to have it. Especially on, you know, here these higher stakes, we have less money, we can afford fewer jokers, and so we want better jokers. We want jokers that we're going to stick with long term, and I think Ride the Bus is one that you can definitely commit to. Now, some consideration for, do I want to take the Hanged Man to, you know, potentially remove some face cards from my deck? I'll think about it. Let me look at what the boss is. Boss is -1 hand size. Okay, so that's kind of tricky. That's going to make it harder for me to score. I think we don't need this yet. I think we don't need the Hanged Man. I do want to try to build up my interest as much as possible, though, you know, that may be a little bit greedy and we may be forced to spend. For this 450, I already know that I can win in 2 hands, though the -1 discard from the blue stake does make it harder to find 2 hands. And so, you know, if I want to not play the face cards, what am I playing instead? Maybe, you know, there's a low straight that's possible, or maybe there's a flush that's possible. Let's try this. If I throw these away, I can do either a spades or a clubs flush, or maybe a 10 and down, 10 through 6 straight. There's that 10 through 6 I was talking about. Maybe instead of this hearts, let's play the clubs, you know, in case we want to make a hearts flush. All right, now this 2 pair, aces and sixes, will work. Pretty sure, you know, with now just +2 mult from Ride the Bus. All right, so this is one of those situations I've said before about Ride the Bus. Every hand I play costs me $1. And so the question is this +1 mult, is it worth $1? I think later on when we have our interest build up, the answer is yes, probably. Short term, when we're trying to save money for interest, I think the answer is no. And so instead of, I could just play high card as a way of just leveling up the bus before I play the 2 pair, but I'm going to save my hands. I'm going to save my money and then just play the 2 pair. Alright, so now I should have, plenty of scoring to beat the boss here. If we play a straight or a flush, we can win in just one hand, or, maybe 2 pair 2 times would also win. Let's consider, do I want a Jupiter card, leveling up my flushes? I don't think it's wrong to do this. I'm gonna take this. We need something, and Ride the Bus is gonna win this round against the boss, but it might not be enough for the next round, and so I'm gonna take the Jupiter just to have something, though I'm not necessarily committed to doing flushes long term. I've said in the past we want to try to keep ourselves open, though maybe here we do have the Telescope Voucher, so we should think about, okay, what is the hand that we want to commit to fully? I think the strongest option, if we go to the collection here, if we go to the planet cards, Saturn is easier than like straight flush, for example. So Saturn straights are easy enough to play, easy enough to just get straights, and they also have a big reward, +2 molt and +30 chips. And so we can get our molt needs from Ride the Bus and other kind of jokers. It's relatively easy to get plus molt. And then the +30 chips is actually huge. Chips are a little bit harder to get, and so getting the chips from our planet cards is huge for us. Another possible option, maybe you could go for Earth, maybe you could go for Full House, which has kind of similar scaling to Saturn. +25 instead of +30 chips is not actually that much lower. Or even if we look at, let's see here, Venus for just 3 of a kind compared to Full House here is 20 chips. It's a little bit less than Earth, but if I compare Venus to Saturn has 50% more chips, and so will be worth 50% more points long term. And then Mars is maybe a little bit too hard to make 4 of a kinds. I think with just the starter deck, with just the basic 52 card deck, I think straights are good enough. For us on this run, I'm gonna try to go for flushes, and the reason for that is I did straights on a lot of my past couple runs here, just because they are that powerful. And so if I'm looking for what is going to be the powerful thing, that was the natural pivot, was to make straights. I'm gonna go for Jupiter, trying to play as many flushes as possible. In which case, do I want to pick up Seance? We get a reward for playing straight flushes. I think this is a really cool card. I think this is a really fun card. It's a rare card, so when you see it, you should take it, because it's rare and you're not going to see it all the time, and it's fun when you take it. Here on Orange Stake, unfortunately, we don't get to do the fun thing. We have to do the safe thing. So let's go next. How do I make a flush? Maybe clubs is what I'm looking at. There are some clubs. I guess we do have an option. Instead of going for flushes, we could do something more interesting. I think 3 of a kind and 2 pair are more interesting, but I'm gonna play the safe thing, which is flushes are kind of easy to, they're easy in 2 ways. One, they're easy to build your deck. You just pick a suit and then you get the suit changers. 2, they're easy to draw and play. Once I've done the suit changers, then it's easy for me to find flushes. All right, so we've got a couple options here. Hallucination is one of my personal favorites. I keep saying this, I just really love the art on this guy. I think the value is just good value. You get the extra tarot card every round as a common joker, is pretty cool. The cost, though, is the problem is we have to open booster packs in order to get the value. And on the Orange Stake with the higher cost booster packs, maybe I'm not actually able to do this. And so that makes me sad. That makes me really sad. I don't get to play with one of my favorite jokers. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to tell you that this is not the optimal pick. This is not the safe pick. You're not actually going to get very many tarot cards because you're not actually going to be able to buy that many booster packs. But it's the fun pick. So let's do it. And then, do we want to get these celestial packs? Do we want to get this grabber? One way that I think about the grabber is the extra hand is just extra money. You have an extra hand left over, or it's an extra discard. I can play a hand to throw away some garbage cards, and then that helps me draw into the cards that I'm looking for. For the ride the bus, if I have extra hands, that's extra value. I can grow it faster. And so I think for right now, I only need the 4 hands. I'm going to save my money for interest. I'm not going to buy the grabber. I'll buy the grabber after a few rounds. You know, once we beat the big blind, once we get our interest up, then we can buy the grabber. Now, do I want these celestial packs here? The grabber is not worth losing our interest over. Are these celestial packs worth losing our interest over? Right? Because we have the telescope, we get the telescope value here. What do we have as our, we would get straights, we would get more Saturn cards. I think because of that, we don't take these. I don't want more Saturns, I want to go for flushes this time. If it weren't the case, if we had the flushes for the telescope, would it be worth it to take these under those conditions? And I think the answer is still no. I think with Ride the Bus, we have enough scoring. We can get booster packs later. They'll cost more later, and so maybe that's a reason to buy them earlier because they'll cost more later. But I think we can wait. So all of that's to say, go next. Standard pack as a skip here. I think I don't want the skip. So to get 1200 points, I think that's 2 flushes. So maybe let's look for, I want to keep the hearts, and I'm gonna throw away the black cards. So we'll go either hearts or potentially I could draw some diamonds. Show me some flushes with only 2 discards. That didn't get there yet. We can throw away these to look for hearts. Okay, didn't get there on hearts. Let's do this. So this is a high card. The Queen of Spades is not going to score, and so the Ride the Bus says no scoring face cards. So this is fine. This is getting more difficult, more awkward. We do have, we could play a straight here if we're concerned about scoring. I think we got to take the risk. Unfortunately, the jack gets stuck in our hand. You know, this is one of the challenges of playing on the blue deck. This is really bad. This is really bad that these got stuck in our hand here. How about, I'm going to play these just to get rid of them. And then hope to draw 2 different hearts other than this ace. Alright, didn't get there on the hearts. We do have, you know, potentially 2 pair here, so we can see 5s and 3s and just see how many points it is. Alright, that's it. We lost. You know, very early. Let's try again. Alright, skip here to reroll the boss. Let's go looking for, I want to go for the high cards. So if I get rid of these low cards and then keep 6 of clubs, ace of clubs. I can throw away the 4 of clubs because if I'm looking for a high enough flush, then this 4 of clubs probably doesn't make the cut. So, maybe instead of doing this and keeping the 4 of clubs, I'm purposefully throwing away the 4 of clubs and then looking for a higher clubs flush or potentially a higher straight with this 8. Or we just get full house. I will accept. Polychrome 8-ball that we can't afford. That is sad. This is another of my favorites. Oh well. Alright, Buffoon Pack, looking for some kind of scoring options. These are both sort of the scaling jokers. Fortune Teller gets bigger every time you play a tarot card. Constellation gets bigger every time you play a planet card. So, very similar technology here. The main difference being this is plus mult, this is X mult. This is retroactive. This counts tarot cards you've played earlier in the run. Constellation is not retroactive. I think the stronger of these two is the Constellation, and so we're going to take the Constellation here. Though, for our short-term scoring, could be not quite what we're looking for. Now, some consideration for, do we take Strength tarot card to maybe enable something like Full House or something like 4 of a kind? I think, again, we want to try to save our money for interest, so we'll go next. And now we need 2 hands to beat this. The skip gives us $3, so we'll play. So 2 hands could look like, here's Queen, Jack, 10, 9, 8. So when I said, in the first round, the higher straight, the 8 as a straight here does work. That's 300 points to beat the first round. And then I just need, sort of any 5-card hand. So let's look for diamonds. There we go. Alright, let's go Buffoon Pack. I need some more scoring because this Constellation is not currently doing anything. I am happy to have it, but it's not currently working for me. We have Clown for free reroll. We have Half Joker for plus 20 mult. Half Joker is great. So, what could be kind of fun playing on, we said the Nebula deck. The Nebula deck that has the Telescope is with Half Joker. You can play 3 of a kind. 3 of a kind with Half Joker. Half Joker is kind of exciting in that it gives you plus 20 mult, though playing 3 or fewer cards is a huge drawback in ways that maybe you're not completely realizing. There's a ton of jokers that care about either the rank or about the suits that you play. So like the common sinful jokers, plus 4 on all of your diamonds and whatever kind of suit. The uncommon version of that, the Onyx Agate, is plus 8 for all of your clubs. There's things that care about ranks, like what is it? The Scholar cares about aces, the Walkie-Talkie cares about 10s and 4s. And so in general, if you're playing fewer cards, you're getting less triggers on each of your cards. And so that's kind of the main drawback of the Half Joker. That's why it's so powerful, the plus 20. This is a huge drawback. Now, if I'm trying to play 3 of a kind, the things that normally enable 3 of a kind, Death helps, getting extra copies of a card, though I want to try to save my money, so we'll go next. Cards previously played are debuffed is probably not going to be an issue. So let's look for how can we make a 3 of a kind, and maybe thinking about, previously I've played some of these high-ish cards. So let's go for the low ones. Let's go throwing away all of these 5, I guess, looking for the low 3 of a kind. We did get there with 2 3s and 2 2s. And so maybe if I throw these away on the left, I have 4 possible outs. I have 1 3 and I have 1 2 that I could get. So we didn't get there on the 3s and the 2s. Do I want to try to play 3 of a kind? Would definitely work. Is 1 pair going to be enough? So this is, 14 times 20. Let's try it. All right, so that's already 300 points. So it's safe for us to play the other pair. A little bit awkward. We were hoping to play 3 of a kind, but we ended up playing 2 pairs. Not 2 pair, the poker hand, but 2 separate pairs. All right, do I want Judgment? Gives me a random joker. Buffoon pack is more expensive, but gives me 2 jokers because it's a mega buffoon. I think we want the mega buffoon. I have enough. If I do get the 3 of a kind, I have enough to beat the next blind. The next blind, if you're on purple or higher, is 1200. Is kind of big, 4 times as much as when we started, and it's 2 times the boss that I just did. Pairs are not going to cut it. Pairs are not going to score me 1200 points. So just to be safe, let's go buffoon pack, mega buffoon. And if it's mega buffoon, okay, with the half joker, most of this stuff is incompatible, right? I can't do half joker with flushes. I can't do half joker with 4 fingers. But we can still pivot here. And so maybe what would a reasonable pivot look like? Maybe 4 fingers makes it easier for us to make straight flushes long term. That could be what we're looking for. You don't typically want to make straight flushes on the high stakes just because it's so hard to actually get the hand. But 4 fingers could be what makes it happen. And then now the question is, do I want to choose between the crafty joker for the plus chips or the raised fist for some variable amount of mult, sometimes higher, sometimes lower? I think the safer pick is going to be the crafty joker. Is just more consistent, is something maybe I'm concerned about. Do I want the green joker? Green joker is another scaling joker like the bus. So, we showed in the previous run, the bus on its own early just wasn't enough points. The green joker acts kind of similarly, goes up when you play a hand, but it does go down when you discard a hand. And so maybe instead of doing the green joker, especially on higher stakes here, maybe what you want to be doing is you want to be using your discards to find higher value hands rather than just playing hands without value. So let's go next. All right, we do have the option. The orbital tag gives us already straight flush 3 levels. Is huge. I accept. Do I want the coupon tag? So another skip here. We don't have any interest saved up, but the coupon tag is going to make those booster packs free, right? So we have the orange stake raising the cost of the booster packs. This makes them free. Maybe what we're hoping for are the celestial packs to get our telescope value. So I am going to take the coupon tag here. The thing that allows me to take the coupon tag here is I have the orbital. The orbital gave me the upgraded straight flush. This already I know, 200 times 20 is about 4,000 points, not counting the crafty joker. And so, this round and the next round, 2 rounds already, I'm good on scoring. And the 4 fingers are going to make it easier for us to find our straight flush. So we kind of lucked into it. We got kind of lucky here with the straight flush build, but that's what it takes sometimes. Coupon tag. All right. How do I make a straight flush? I think it starts with a straight, and then with this queen is a flush-ish. So I'm looking for, you know, maybe now the 4 of spades, or maybe now the 8 of spades, or I can throw away the queen and get some other spades. I don't need 2 5s. If I'm already throwing away the ace, I might as well throw away the diamonds, 5 of diamonds. Show me some more spades, please. This is brutal here. Discards 2 random cards per hand played. So if we use 2 discards and we don't have the hand, then it's going to be really hard to save cards in hand. So what do we end up with? We have a non-straight. We do have diamonds now. We threw away the 5 of diamonds, but we drew 6 and 7 of diamonds. I think I'm going to ship those still. Looking for more spades. Let's get lucky. You know, there's 39 cards in the deck. There's a lot that can go wrong here. So we got the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That is a straight. It's not the straight flush. We did not get a 4th spade. And so we have to ask this question. Do we have enough scoring without it? I don't think so. So let's play the king. We're going to lose 2 random cards and hope it doesn't end us. Now we just trying to get lucky here. What does that do for us? So we did get more spades here. I think the 2 of diamonds is the least likely to help us. So now we've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Again, we're just missing 1 spade. I think the 10 is least likely to help us here. Show me either clubs or spades. Ouch. Spades would do it. Okay, so you're 7, 6, 5, 4. That's the straight flush. And we can even, if I put in the 7 here, this counts as a straight and then also a flush. This 7 will count. Or, you know, here the 8, this counts as a straight. Also a flush, this 8 will count. If you're not used to using 4 fingers, it's a ton of fun. You get to make really wacky looking hands. And that's it. We got lucky. If not, you know, we go next. We record the intro all over again. All right, free Neptune here is huge. Unfortunately, something that's going to happen to us, you know, with this telescope, with this Nebula deck, one thing that's happening to us is, okay, more expensive booster packs. I don't get to do the telescope stuff as much. That's fine. Another thing that's happening to us is because of the -2 or -1 discard from the blue stake, harder to find our hands. We have to play high card as garbage hands. Our high card is our most played hand. That's troubling. I think, you know, we may grow out of that. I think we may, with some tarot cards, make straight flushes more later, but for short term, that high card is going to haunt us. We're still going to take the Celestial pack because it's free, though I don't have super high hopes. We did get the Neptune because of this being sort of a jumbo pack, right? You have more options, so I accept. I'll take it. Mega Arcana pack is free. Suit changing tarot card is what I'm most interested in. If I can't get a suit changer, some suitable backups are Judgment for a Joker. Okay, so let me think about the Sacrificial Dagger in a moment. Temperance for just money, you know, so sort of getting our economy online early. This is another one of those where, you know, if you get it early, it's great. Interest built up right away, so I am going to go for that. Going into the next round here, we've got the Ceremonial Dagger. If I want to grow this, it costs me money to grow this, and I don't necessarily have money to grow this. I think what I want to do is, half joker's not doing it for me. So do I want to sell the half joker for the income, or do I just want to get the molt from the dagger online? I'm going to take the +2 molt here. I'm sacrificing $2, trading it for, actually it's +4 molt is maybe not that bad. So I'm going to do that. If you didn't already know, with these Eternals, we said in the past, Madness does not destroy your Eternals. It grows your Madness and then just keeps growing, whether or not your Eternals get destroyed. Ceremonial Dagger, if I put the Mad Joker here, if it doesn't destroy it, it doesn't grow. If you didn't know, now you know. Because this is Eternal, we're not going to take it for the same reason we didn't before, the Mad Joker. Do I want the Tarot Merchant? I think yes. I am looking to buy this. Instead of buying booster packs, I'll try to buy tarot cards from the shop, but maybe not right away. And so let's go. Shop re-rolls are cheaper. Maybe since we have not necessarily super great jokers, but we've got good-ish, good enough. Let's call it good enough. Good enough jokers. Mostly it's this. Mostly it's our level 6, 5 planet cards. So I don't want the free rerolls. Let's just play. Remember, every round that you play, you get a shop, and that's a free reroll. You get to see a shop. How do I make a straight flush? This is a great sign here. I need either a 7 or a jack to complete the straight, and then any club to complete the flush. That's huge for us. So we got, here's already a straight flush. Straight flush is worth 13,000 points. So beating this boss, and then the next ante is, it's 10,000? Yeah, 10,000. So we're good for the next 3 rounds. As long as I find my straight flush. Okay, now things are starting to get a little spicy. Do I want superposition? And it's eternal superposition, so I can't sell it. It is a value generating joker that I cannot sell if I, don't need the value later. I think there's a lot of superposition haters out there, and so I'm gonna make you a superposition believer. I'm gonna buy it. I think probably it's not a safe pick here. I think, with it being eternal and us not being able to sell it is kind of a stinker. But, I'll make a case for it. If we get the tarot cards, we get the suit changers. Makes it easier to get the straight flush. And so easier for us to get the super mega scoring hand. That's kind of like a scoring joker. Kind of. Alright, do I want Jupiter to level up my constellation? I really want this voucher. And I really like having interest. And so I think we don't need to do this. I think there will be future planet card opportunities. So let's go next. Do I want my dagger to delete the crafty joker? So the way that I'm thinking about this is, if I've got 300 chips and I've got plus 50 from superposition, that's 350 chips. This is 1/4 of that, less than 1/4 of that. This is like times 1.5 is what this is doing. If I convert it into +4 molt on the dagger, then that's weaker, right? This goes from, currently it's 27, would become 31, is weaker. So we keep the crafty joker for now. Thinking about replacing it later though. And we keep 4 fingers for now. So let's go next. And do I want the Mega Celestial? No, it's going to give us high card again. Also, I want the voucher. So let's play. You can see here, because it's eternal, doesn't get destroyed, doesn't get bigger. Sad? Alright, we've got hearts or diamonds. I think because these diamonds are the middle-ish ones, I'm going to go for diamonds. Though there is a consideration for, here are hearts and more hearts, right? Even though you have 4 fingers, if you're going for straights, you still, or straight flushes, you still kind of need a lot of the cards of the same suit, and you need them to be close together, you know, sequential. You're allowed to have a gap of one gap, but otherwise, it's basically the same as drawing a straight flush otherwise. Yeah, so let's do this. This gives me the option to draw the king and the jack, or do I want to keep the 7 of spades? I want to keep the ace, right? So that I can do superposition stuff. Let's do it. I'm going to forget that. I need you to remind me. Remember to go for superposition. All right, so we got the king. We've got a straight, but it's not a straight flush yet. I'm looking for a jack. And now, like I said, the jack that I need, it has to be the jack of diamonds. If we get the jack of clubs instead, then I will need a different queen or a different 10. So maybe these or this, it's just the jack that will work. And if that's true, do I want to throw away this king, looking for maybe a different king? I think that's true. If we really want to go in on this, if we really want to go for the superposition and at the same time do the 4 fingers, do the straight flush, this is the way that we get to the straight flush, is by throwing away the king. Or maybe we'll just throw away the ace. Yeah, this is the safe thing to do, throw away the ace. The greedy thing, the superposition thing, keep the ace. Let's do it. Rewarded. Almost. We still need a jack, and it really needs to be a jack of diamonds, unfortunately. Got a different queen. Still looking for a jack. The safe thing to do is keep the diamonds, throw the ace, and then now any jack will work. Yeah, okay. I'm sad. I'm sad I didn't get my superposition value, but with 3 hands remaining and having already lost that first run, let's play it safe. So play it safe looks like this. Throw 5 cards looking for a jack and any diamond. I'm throwing away the diamond to make it easier for me to find my jack. I could be doing this, though it doesn't matter right now. So here's king, queen, jack, 10, 9, straight flush. You know, no matter what my jokers are doing, it's going to score enough points. All right, now we're online. We've got the money. Do I want this certificate? Do I want to add random cards to my deck? I think in general you don't want to add random cards to your deck. I think because this is eternal and I can't sell it, I don't want this card. You know, it could be a value generator of some kind. I already said I wanted this tarot merchant. We just beat the big blind here. So I am going to take the tarot merchant. Tarot merchant in the future, making it easier to get my straight flushes. Yeah, this high card action is really hurting us. Now, if I don't buy these booster packs, future booster packs cost more money. And so, you know, I buy it now and I lose interest, but then that saves me money because they cost more later. I think it's still worth it to keep saving for interest. And again, here with this Mercury, since we're not using pairs, let's just keep saving our money for interest. We didn't get you know, other than the superposition, we didn't get like a straight money joker. And so that's making things a little bit hard for us. Hearts are debuffed. Okay. I think the base scoring on the straight flush, even with the debuffs, is fine. And so do I want to go for, let's still try to do the superposition. Do we want to go for high or low? I'm going to go high. And so if I'm going to go high, 7's 5, 5, 4, discarded. Okay, so we've got 3 hearts so far. I'm looking for both a 10 and a king, and I want either of them to be hearts. Or maybe if I get any king with any heart, will be a straight flush. So show me any king, throwing away the heart in order to get any king. Got the king, that counts as any. I'm looking for still more hearts. Even though it's debuffed, it'll still be worth enough points. Show me a heart. I know we threw away a heart, but getting the king was more important because they're more rare. There we go, and we did get the 10 and the ace and the king. Here's my royal flush. Superposition, do the thing. Even with the debuffs, still 14,000 points. Hanged Man is huge. I love that. Okay. Buffoon packs are more expensive. We're in ante 4 now, so this is $3 extra, $3 extra. Neptune we never pass, because that's currently all of our scoring. I would like this. I would like the overstock. So again, you know, how do I combat these increasing cost booster packs? With extra shop slots. You know, each reroll is going to be worth more value. So let's go. Do I want this Mars card, leveling up my constellation? I don't need it, so let's just go next. 10,000, we could do that easily. Do we want to skip for a lot of money? This is $30 here. Do I want $30? If I do take the $30, can I score successfully? Can I score 15,000? The answer is yes, I can score that much. Let's take the money. In the last run, there were a lot of these skips where, oh, it gives me $40, but I don't have enough scoring, so I can't afford to skip. I'll lose the run. But here, we have the leveled up straight flushes. We're rolling hot. This is, again, I showed you in the beginning, a not super unlucky run, but a run that wasn't lucky. And then this run, we're rolling super hot. All right, let's look for... I want to try to make my ace straight again for the superposition. And so let's get rid of low cards and just focus on the high cards. Not literal high card, but face cards. So let's go Hangman first. Remember, if you used Hangman and then discard, that acts as an extra redraw. So here, discard 4, but then draw 6. Show me kings and 10s. Or I guess just kings and aces are enough. Okay, so we got king, queen, jack, already hearts. Now what I'm looking for is either... Sorry, let's... Now I don't need the 10, right? Because I can go ace through jack. That's already a straight. Now I need any heart. Well, I forgive you. Any heart. King, queen, jack, 4, ace. That's a straight flush. If I really want to be careful about the scoring here, I think we already do 15,000. But if you want to see for science, can we get 20,000 for the boss? That is 20,000 barely. That's if we hit the high cards. Make sure we move the dagger so it doesn't delete the constellation. Sun guarantees that we will get a straight flush. On the boss that takes away our discards, makes it harder for us to find our straight flush. This is huge. And so, you know, with this superposition, you know, I knew you weren't a believer, but with the superposition, instead of buying tarot cards from Arcana packs that are super expensive, I just get them for free. Overstock. We have to take overstock, but before we take overstock, we should consider, you know, some of these Joker options here. Standard packs, adding a random card to a deck, I think is not going to help us with our straights. Probably. You know, the best thing you could probably get is Ace of Hearts. I think we want to save our money for the future packs, for the future Celestial packs. You know, we got a nice amount of money right here, but we want to save our money for the future. Even though we have it now, we might not have it later. I think the popcorn, though we don't need it right now, is pretty good. Though maybe we don't need the dagger either. You know, particularly exciting, particularly fun combo is like this dagger plus this egg. Is that what you want to see? I'm going to tell you, on a lot of runs, I think that's pretty powerful. I think that's pretty fun, right? Like, so if the egg gets +3 value per round, then when we give it to the ceremonial dagger, that's going to be +6 molt each per round. And so, you know, after 3 rounds, that's a +18. After, you know, 6 rounds, that's a +36. But you don't get to cash in the egg until later, until it's big. Not necessarily at the very end, but you have to wait until it gets big. And so let's say the egg gets up to, you know, 30 sell value, and then ceremonial dagger gets +4 or +60 molt. Is that +60 molt? How does that compare to what we're already doing here? You know, with my straight flushes, already base is 30 molt. Any times 2, or sorry, any times 3 is going to be worth more than the dagger, and doesn't cost me a Joker slot. I'm already using the superposition as one sort of value slot. I don't have room for 2 value slots. So it's not going to be the egg. Popcorn, even though it's foil, because it decays, because it shrinks, it's not going to be popcorn. Let's go ahead and take the overstock. Overstock here, world. So this is not necessarily the worst case scenario here. If you have the 2 different suit changers, you could do half hearts, half spades. You know, like the checker deck is sufficient. That's totally fine. Though one of the like weird things about the Nebula deck, you have -1 consumable slot, which actually is pretty game changing. You know, that could even be, you know, in the future, that could be one of the stakes, is you have -1 consumable slot. So like, you know, if you get the priestess, it only gives you 1 planet card. Empress only gives you, or sorry, emperor only gives you 1 tarot card. So I can't take both of these. Kind of stinky. As far as jokers go, I'm good on jokers, so we'll just go next. I don't need to reroll. Save my money for future expensive packs. Let's make hearts. Okay, so we have some hearts. I'm going to throw away the ace of clubs, which means I'm also going to throw away the king of clubs. I'm going to throw away these because I'm looking for the jack. Maybe, okay, which king do I want to throw away? Let's turn diamonds into hearts, throwing away these spades. Okay, so here's king, jack, 10 of hearts. And we already know if I do this, this is less than 20,000, but if I do this, it will be more. Nice. We got a star. We changed our diamonds to hearts. Boo. Okay. Number one, I'm going to take the reroll surplus. I don't know what I'm going to reroll for yet, but I'm going to take it because it's a voucher. Next, do I want the Celestial pack? High card is still on 8. Straight flushes are on 6, though we're getting there. And now with the extra hearts, it's going to be easier. Okay, we're getting there. I think Celestial pack is still worth it. So the first one is going to be high card, but there's still 2 random planet cards. I think because we have Constellation, it's worth it. If we didn't have Constellation, it wouldn't be worth it. It would be better to just reroll. Remember, we have the... I guess we have the Tarot Merchant. We don't have the other one. So I guess maybe it's not super easy to get planet cards. Neptune. Jupiter I will take just for the level up here, though I'm not planning on using it. The next ante is 25,000. So we do need a little bit of scoring here. Hierophant is confirmed a little bit. Let's take a little bit from the Hierophant. Jumbo Standard Pack, just too expensive. Do I want to re-roll? I really want to replace this Dagger. Bus is not going to work for our current, face cards, high straight strategy. So let's re-roll once. Saturn instead of straight flush, instead of straights as a backup. I think the scoring requirements are so high, Saturn is not going to cut it. What about Lovers instead of Hierophant? Yeah, that is better to guarantee my straight flush. Do I take the Saturn just to level up my Constellation? In the past, we said no, because we wanted to build up our interest. Now that we have our interest built up, is it worth it? I'm going to go with yes. And make sure that our Dagger doesn't delete the Constellation. All right, that's it. We're just going to do, booster packs are $10 each. And so we want to spend, maybe 1 reroll per shop, so we don't run out of money. Do I want to take a Spectral pack here? As exciting as that is, this 25,000 I think is already going to be hard. Maybe requiring more than just the 1 straight flush. We'll see. So I can't afford to skip here. Let's look for hearts. That's the move. So show us Queen and Jack of Hearts. Queen and Queen. Do I want this 10? I don't need it. All I need is the Jack. So that's like another secret benefit of the 4 fingers is there I can hold on to 3 and discard a 5. Whereas normally you can't do that. So I did get the King, Ace, King, Queen, Jack. If we play this, Superposition can't give us an extra tarot card because we have the Lovers. So, this is kind of awkward and I probably should have planned ahead about this, but Superposition, it's harder on Nebula. It doesn't really work as well on Nebula. What do I want to make wild? I have 2 kings, 2 jacks. Let's make a wild queen. Ace, king, queen. Let's go queen, jack, 4 just to get rid of it. I don't think this wins. Maybe 22,000? 23,000? Okay. How do we get 2,000? Well, a flush will work, and 4 fingers will make a flush easier. And so I already have the diamonds flush. How do I make my gold card? Do I want to do the king or the jack? I think let's make the jack into gold. I'm not entirely convinced why necessarily. Maybe I can come up with a reason. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the jack is kind of like the end one, and then the king is kind of the middle one. And what you want is you want more copies of the middle one and less copies of the outer one, or at least you don't need as many copies of the outer one. And so what I typically like to do with the gold cards is I like to put it on a card that I want to make copies of with death. Though I guess here now we've got 4 valid kings and we've got the 3 jacks that we can try to draw and play, and so maybe it'll be easier for us to keep the gold jack than it is for us to keep a gold king. Walkie-talkie is not really what I'm into. There we barely scored enough, but maybe chariot would be able to help us. What was the tarot card that we got? I wasn't paying. Oh, we got the devil for the gold card. Okay, yeah. Greedy Joker is not the move. Show me buffoon, jumbo buffoon. Give me a lot of options. Bootstraps, normally good, maybe less good on orange stake where we have less money. Erosion is +8 molt, so you know, if we do think about the bootstraps here, this is +16 molt currently, though it's probably not going to stay at that much. If we just maintain the $25 for interest, then this is a +10. Do we want castle? Castle is, you know, maybe we could level it up to being, you know, bigger than our crafty joker long term. We only have 2 discards. We got the -1 discard. I think none of these are good, and so maybe what's one that's not terrible? And I think the one that's not terrible is the bootstraps, though I'm claiming that it's not great. Now I don't have to worry about moving my constellation around. Alright, do I want this celestial pack? As far as telescope is concerned, 8 high card, 7 straight flush. Unfortunate. I think we still take it. Oh, it's so expensive. Maybe we wait one more round. Maybe we take the chariot. Maybe we do the reroll. Maybe we save the money for the bootstraps. Now, as long as we keep the bootstraps, that's fine. Let's go celestial pack. Neptune? 1 in 5 chance Neptune? Or Jupiter? If we need to play 2 hands, playing a flush maybe is not the end of the world. Okay, do I want a random negative? Is the negative that I get, is it going to be compatible with my straight flush build? Probably not, right? Is the random negative that I get, is it worth plus 50% score? Is it worth times 1.5? Also probably not. All right, let's go. I want to look for hearts, right? So maybe if I do this, I am going to throw away the gold card. Looking for my hearts. We didn't get there on the gold card. It's really important that we get our straight flush, and so fine. We did get the queen, but now we don't have the straight flush yet. So maybe I think we still throw the queen. Otherwise, I need a 10 of hearts, of which I have 2. Ace of hearts. Instead of just discarding to try to get my telescope online, I'm going to play this 2 pair, or I'm going to play this pair. Okay. So we got 9, 10 with an 8. This is a straight flush. I could put an ace here, but this ace doesn't. Technically, it's not going to score. Poker hand contains an ace and a straight. I think if it doesn't score, it doesn't count. And so, do I want to try to keep greeting for the superposition? I think the answer is no. I think we want to try to just survive here. And if we just want to survive, I'm going to make the 9 of hearts into steal. And then play this as a straight, and then I made it into a flush. Cool. Noting there, this bootstrap's giving us, you know, plus 14 after the times 1.5. And so maybe, you know, on top of this, maybe 50, and then, you know, 14 is a third of that. Bootstraps is times 1.3 is what it's doing. Hangman is huge. Oh, I want that so bad. Let's level up the constellation. Because we played the pair instead of going for the high card, we can do this now. Celestial Pack, Telescope. This is for the believers. We got the Neptune. We are fully online. Earth powering up our constellation. This Bootstraps is not doing anything anymore. That's okay. He can hang out. You know me, I love jokers just kind of hanging out. Hangman, just get rid of stuff here. I'm looking for... Let's throw the ace. And then look for other high cards, I guess. Let's throw the queen. Let's greed. Alright, so we did get the queen. Now we just need any jack. Should we play a pair? We can get a jack. Oops. Okay. Should we play a pair? Looking for any jack. Play another pair, looking for... It's not going to score. That's okay. I forgive you. Play a pair. Do I need the 9? I think I need the 9. I don't know off the top of my head. So I'm going to assume that I need it. Alright, if we don't get the jack, we lose. There's a jack. And here's a heart. And we got lovers. 50,000. Okay. If we go to the blinds here, the next one is also 50,000. So we can do it. Straight flush is the most played hand. Celestial Pack, show me that Neptune guarantee. Got it. Do I want Sun instead of lovers? Yes. Do I want mega expensive buffoon pack? No. Do I want to reroll? I think we'll go interest. I don't care so much about the bootstraps. The bootstraps is not really doing anything for us. But let's save our money for celestial packs. Those are the high impact, high value ones. Polychrome Joker is tempting. Would be better than what we're currently working on. Though 50,000 we can do. 75,000 we can't do. It would take 2 hands. With the help of the sun, we can play 2 hands. Is the polychrome tag worth it? I'm gonna go no. I want the shop. for the... I don't necessarily need like a random polychrome, like I don't want a common polychrome. What I want is a uncommon joker, another X-Molt instead of just the constellation. One X-Molt is not going to be enough for us. We want two. So we want the extra shop and the extra reroll. In which case now I've got King, Queen, 10 already. That's our straight flush. Maybe I can find an ace here. If we go ace, king, queen, now hearts. Ace, king, queen, jack. And then play a 2 just to throw it away. I mean, we already know that it works, right? What? We didn't have the steel card. Ah, the steel card, that was it. So without the steel card, we got 50,000 here. That's okay. As long as I don't play high card. So take the hermit, that's huge for the money. Someone said they like when I say money. I don't know how else to say it. All right, let's go. 3 of a kind king or 10s will work. Maybe I can try to find my jack, the gold jack. Or I guess we'll play 4 of a kind. Okay. That thing that I said about not being able to beat the next round, now it's more true than ever. Fool gives me a hermit. Absolutely. Do I want to spend my money on a voucher? Hone voucher makes it easier to find additions. By the way, this is not just jokers, but this is playing cards, standard packs. You get foil, holographic, polychrome more often. Let's go mini arcana first, or do we want mega arcana first? So we just used a hermit, and so I want, if there is a fool, I want the fool to be able to copy the hermit. And so the mega pack, since it's bigger, has a better chance of giving me a fool. Okay, if not a fool, then maybe something like, we'll go card removal, we'll go hangman. And maybe we need another steel card. What is the card that we want to make into steel? So generally what I suggest is pick a card that you don't want to discard. Pick a card that you feel fine holding on in your hand. 9 of hearts was a little bit awkward. You know, if we're going for these ace high straights, then the 9 is not included. Ideally, what I would want is jack, queen, king, or ace. Maybe the king of hearts is what I would prefer. Since I don't have that, let's go the ace, because it's on the top end. Ace with the chariot, boom. Arcana pack again. We got the sun again. We got the wheel. Let's go sun. You know, for those straight flushes, we need the 4 to make a straight, and then we need the 1 extra heart. So, you know, fine to make just random hearts, extra hearts. Jupiter to upgrade the constellation. We have the money. We have the technology. Do we want to re-roll? I think save money for booster packs. Celestial packs are so strong with telescope and straight flushes. So let's save and go next. Yeah, all of this show me jack and ace. There's a jack. Show me either a 10 or an ace. Okay, so we got there on the 10. Do I want to be greedy and maybe throw these 4 looking for an ace, throw these 3 looking for an ace? I think we'll just, if we have a straight flush, we play the straight flush. for exactly that reason. It's not enough. Oh no. What are we gonna do? I think we still have more kings and aces and jacks, so we still got more high cards. So let's go more high cards. Do I need the 10? It's hearts, which is relevant and important. I think we'll throw the 10. That is a flush. I wasn't counting on that being a flush, but I guess four fingers gives the hookup there. Ooh, this is X-Molt. It's a weird X-Molt. This is challenging, difficult X-Molt. I think if I wasn't playing straight flushes, if I wasn't demonstrating already kind of the struggle that we're on, how hard it is to make the straight flushes, even with the help of the four fingers, even with all of the hearts, then I would take this. I like loyalty card on regular straights. I like loyalty card on regular flushes, where you can easily get your hand, and so you can more easily control when the loyalty card happens. Whereas now, if I'm trying to play my straight flushes, sometimes I have to play extra hands to throw them away. And so I'm not able to control the loyalty card. I'm playing hands because I'm forced to, not because I'm choosing to. Sorry, loyalty card. It do make me sad though. Now, is a buffoon pack, choice of 2 jokers for $9, is that better than re-rolling for just random jokers in the shop, or however many jokers in the shop normally? I think re-rolling is better. For once, re-rolling better than the buffoon pack. Magician, do I want to make a lucky card? Possibly. Normally I'm into it, though with only the 1 consumable slot, I don't want to get in a situation where, there's something else that I want more. So I'm not going to take the hone just to be really efficient about our money. Let's not spend the money. Let's do a reroll. Empress is decent. +4 molt to 2 cards. That's +8 molt. And it doesn't take up a joker slot. That's kind of powerful. Now that I have access to more money, I feel safer about doing something. We'll do one more roll. Okay. Now, do I want to replace any of my jokers? For example, Bootstraps is currently giving me, however much that is, +20. Abstract is a little bit lower. Is it worth it to trade out Crafty Joker for, let's say, Abstract Joker? Here, if this is 420, maybe Abstract Joker is better as a percentage. I believe that's true. So let's go minus Crafty Joker. Let's roll with the judgment here. Random Joker first. Throwback. X-Molt. Yes. Sorry, Abstract Joker. Maybe next time. Serpent. Okay, this is that fun one. This is that fun one where if we just go, discard 1, draw 3, discard 1, draw 3. Except I'm out of discards already, so I'm sad. Let's hear King, Jack, upgraded. So King, Queen, Jack, 10 is that's a royal flush. Even though it doesn't have an ace, that's a royal flush. I don't believe you. You're lying. Let's do, if it can be avoided, maybe play this. Is still a straight flush, but I get to keep the jack. Let's do that. All right, steal card plus throwback, 130,000. We're not out of the woods yet, but we are climbing. We're getting there. All right, Celestial Packs. Is it worth $12 for a Neptune? One Neptune, one planet card. Is it worth $12? Is it worth $10? Ah. You know, we do lose Bootstrap's value. Though, you know, with the steel cards, remember the steel cards happen first, happen before Bootstraps. Ah. Blackboard I can't do. So, yeah. Mega expensive Celestial. Guaranteed Neptune. Again. Guaranteed Neptune. Do I want the overstock voucher? Yes. Do I want to reroll? Yes, but not yet. Save the money for, you know, I just demonstrated, okay, $10 booster packs. Let's save our money for the next shop. Maybe Magician? We could get lucky. Now, do I want to take a skip for a Mega Buffoon? So, Buffoon pack, Mega Buffoon pack, you know, what was that? That's worth, you know, 12? Is that the 14 one? $14 for a Mega Buffoon? So, if we take the skip, we get $14 worth of value. Do we get $14 worth of value? The Mega Buffoon pack, it has to give us something that's better than what we already have. Better than this Bootstraps. Maybe what I'm looking for is another uncommon. I'm looking for another X multi-joker. Or is taking the shop and getting the re-rolls, is that better value? Since I have the Mega Overstock. I think that's actually better. So, you know, even though Mega Buffoon packs cost $14, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're worth $14. Is how I feel about it. Ace, King, Queen, Jack. We could throw away a 9. We can make this ace lucky and hope to see it again later. Show me that royal flush. We already know this is 100,000. 100,000 with steel. Apparently 100,000 without steel. Because we got those extra Neptunes. Alright, Fool is currently Magician. But I know the Celestial pack is guaranteed Neptune. So let's go Celestial pack Neptune. Fool Neptune. This is huge. We're so powerful. Pass. I can't afford anything else. Gluttonous Joker? No. Needle says only one hand. I don't want to say no problem, but I think we could do it. This is a straight flush. It's not the ace through jack kind. So let's go greedy. Let's go for the better straight flush. Okay. I'm not mad about that. Didn't get there. Not yet. Not yet. We still have a chance. We just need a jack. Jack of hearts. We'll get the other hearts, no problem. We just need the jack. There we go. Jack, queen, king, ace. There. 2 kings, that's 2 hearts. So this is cheating right now. We do have the steel card. Okay. The final boss, we need 360,000. With the help of the 4 fingers, that's 2 hands, 2 straight flushes. 4 fingers right now is acting kind of like a ×2 joker, right? If it allows us to play 2 hands, that's ×2 score. Though we do have a Justice now. Justice is huge. Let's go. I don't need Magician. Here, Arcana pack. You know, what kind of things I'm looking for? I'm looking for mostly money. That would be best. Let's do it. He gets the money. Though I said money was best, but then Hangman is also here. Okay, so the next boss, we only get to play 1 hand. Let's play it safe. Let's go for consistency. What I want to do with this glass card. So if we're playing our scoring hand, our winning hand is the straight flush that has hearts. If I put this on any heart, that heart scores because of the 4 fingers. I can make a straight flush with this heart. Now, do I want the hangman, or do I want to make my queen wild? Makes it easier to get the queens. I think I'll go for the removal. Makes it easier for me to find my every card, my steel card, my gold cards. Save the money. Do the magician? Question mark. Yeah. All right, let's go next. Needle, one hand. All right, don't tase me, bro. 7, 8, 9. Not gonna do it. Let's go. I could get rid of the queens. Start with that. Get rid of the queens. Get rid of an 8, get rid of a 9. I guess get rid of a 7. Do I want to keep the 9 of diamonds instead? I guess it's kind of the same between, well, I do have a 10 of clubs. So let's do this. Get rid of those. I only have 2 discards. Yikes. All right, let's survey the wreckage here. What do we got? 10 will work if I can draw a 10. It's not looking good. Oh well. 9, 10, Jack, Queen is a straight flush. He's done it. 10 becomes lucky. Let's see it again. Straight, now a flush. Man, straight flushes are hard. 4 fingers is doing a ton of work. Constellation at 2.4. Temperance, money? Yes. Sun for more hearts? Yes. Are there specific cards that I want to make hearts? I have 2 more jacks, queen, the aces. The aces I want to make into hearts. So let's go Arcana pack first. So the aces into hearts, the jack into hearts. That's huge. Is a random joker better than bootstraps? You know, now we really do have like the very high base molt. Bootstraps is, you know, not doing that much. I think we can go one more gold card. I think we can go the gold ace. Do we want the spectral pack? I think we pass on this spectral pack and save our money for, what is it? More celestial packs. Spectral packs are high variance. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can get, and some of them like much better than others. Since our build is kind of fragile, you know, the ones that add cards to your deck, we don't really want necessarily. So I think we save our money because celestial packs are guaranteed value because of the Telescope Voucher. Do we want the Hierophant? Yeah, you know, it's just a little bit of extra scoring. Let's go next. Cerulean Bell forces 1 card to be selected. That's tough, but I think that's easier than, you know, maybe the boss that, you know, disables one of your random jokers. Definitely easier than the violet one. The purple one, it has 1,000,000 points. Do I want to skip for 20 bucks? 20 bucks and level up our throwback. If we do that, we only get 1 shot, right? So we get the extra money, we get the 50 bucks, but we have to do the 50 bucks all in 1 shop. Do we want here the juggle tag? I think I want the juggle tag. So here's like, you know, most of the time you don't do this. Juggle tag, that's like a one-off bonus, but it will help me beat the boss. So let's do that. Let's not skip here so that I can shop, and then we'll go juggle tag after. All right, 876. Let's not play the glass, so let's still go for the high cards. High cards here, that's it. Okay, so we got the steel. Steel's kind of important. I'm looking for... Do I have... This is the straight flush, so I do have the straight flush. I think I'm going to try to find, you know, maybe different hearts. I think I want to do this. I think I got plenty of, you know, queens and tens in my deck. I really don't want to play this 9 if I don't have to. Yeah, rewarded. Have some faith. Okay, so let's go 10 and queen, king 10. There we go, straight flush. Okay, so you know, still with one steel card, only 270,000. If I want to beat the boss in one hand, I do need that glass card. Good thing we know. Good thing we know. All right, do we want new discovery times 2 molt? It's better than the bootstraps, and so I think just better than the bootstraps. We'll take this. Okay, most of the time this is not going to work. This is not going to work because, you know, we don't have any clubs and we got to play the hearts. But we do have the wild queen, and the wild queen will count as clubs. That will work. Celestial pack, guaranteed. Neptune. Neptune again. We are going to skip, and so this is the last shop reroll for Emperor. Gives us 1 tarot card, or we can reroll again and get 1 tarot card. Let's go Saturn for the level up. Reroll. World is not the one. Photograph. Is this ×2 worth more than this throwback? It is, slightly. Is this ×2 worth more than this 4 fingers? Can we, without the 4 fingers, play the 1, you know, straight flush now that we have all the hearts? I think the answer is no. I think it's too hard. If I lose the 4 fingers, I don't get to play my diamonds. I don't get to play my 6 of diamonds. So, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Go next. Skip plus hand size is going to make it easier for us to find our steel cards. Or I guess just all of our cards. Okay. Okay. Let's start by just throwing away the non-hearts. If it's not hearts, get rid of it. Do we want to hold on to some clubs just in case? I guess we have the queen of clubs. This is going to be really sketchy. All right, 10, jack, queen, king, 6. It's a straight flush. It's got the clubs. It's got the glass. Let's start selling our jokers. All right, let's get the thumbnail. Let's get the picture. All right. Ship it. All right, we did it, team. Together, we did it. That was exhausting. I hope you enjoyed, the extra long one here. We've got gold stakes coming up next. Let's see what deck we play next time.